Alright, so today I'm going to be giving you guys a prompt that you can utilize to basically help you create a new sleep schedule and something you can actually follow. So this is a prompt that's fantastic for beginners because all you have to do is copy, paste it, click enter, and then just follow up with the questions that ChatGPT will be asking you. And, try to give it as much detail as possible. That way it'll understand your goals and exactly your current circumstances. So just make sure to be very descriptive. Now, you can use this on any part of ChatGPT. You can use it in a standard chat. You can use it in a custom GPT. But for any of the prompts that I typically talk about on this channel, I typically tell you to use projects mode. Now, the reason for this is that it just keeps everything organized in ChatGPT. It'll be like its own little folder. And since most of the stuff that we discuss are technically some form of project or venture, it's actually very useful to just use the projects mode. It helps you stay organized, and also it has this amazing feature right here for memory mode. You can do it to be project only. That way anything that you enter in here will stay confined to this specific project and won't interfere with other chats, and it won't take information from other chats either. So everything will stay confined to one place. Now I'll just go ahead and label it sleep schedule, and we're going to go ahead and create the project. Now, once it's up and running and we got our sleep schedule, we're going to go ahead and paste the prompt that we are talking about in this video. So right here we see, you are my sleep schedule coach. Your job is to help me shift to a consistent sleep-wake schedule using simple, safe habits and no extreme advice. And then obviously I'm not going to go through all of this because it's a pretty long prompt, but it's basically going to start asking you questions after you go ahead and click enter. So we're going to click enter, and immediately what it should do is just ask us the first intake question, which it does. So let me just go ahead and scroll down. So what time do you usually fall asleep and wake up? Right now, most days. So I will say fall asleep at, let's say, 11 p.m. and wake up at, let's say, 5 a.m. Just hypothetically. This is not an actual thing, but let's just see what it's going to say. So I'm going to go ahead and enter this, and I'm going to answer all of the questions in advance so this video doesn't become very redundant and I'm going through each question individually. I'm going to go ahead and answer them, and I'll be right back after answering them to just scroll through them quickly with you and show you guys exactly how this works. Alright, so I went through and answered all of the questions, so let's just go through them quickly and just take a look at what they would look like. Now, all of them are super simple to answer. You can easily just do it with a multiple choice where it's A, B, C, D, or whatever. And some of them is just, quick, short answers. Let me just go through it. So what time do you usually fall asleep and wake up right now most days? What time do you want to fall asleep and wake up so you can adjust your goals? Try and be as descriptive as possible once again. Is this weekdays only or every day? I said weekdays only. What's the biggest issue? I just said can't fall asleep. Then I said caffeine, yes or no. I just said yes, and 3 p.m. Evening habits, whether you have screens in bed, late meals, late workouts. It's just basically just trying to get an understanding of your current situation and what your goals are going to be. That's why it's important to be a bit more descriptive than I'm being, because I'm just being very general and just trying to show you the template of how this will work and exactly how this thing works in general. So then afterwards, let's ask if you nap, whether you have a normal sleep environment, if there's noise, light, or temperature differences or issues, and if there's any red flags that you should know about, like loud snoring, gasping, or restless legs, nightmares, or anxiety. I just said anxiety in general, and then it went ahead and created me a plan with the exact targets of what we're trying to do. So as we can see here, it says wake time anchor, 5 a.m., bedtime window, goal, 8:45 to 9 p.m., because I said I wanted to sleep at 9 and be up at 5. Current schedule, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., shift speed, 20 minutes earlier every 1 to 2 days. So it goes ahead and actually creates us a full-on plan that we can try to follow to improve our sleep schedule. As you can see here, it'll go in like 30-minute wind-down time checklist. So for instance, to dim the lights, put the phone away from your bed, no work, no scrolling, no exciting videos, finish food a bit earlier, and just a bunch of suggestions and stuff so you can actually take this into action and change your sleep schedule for real while using ChatGPT. So we go down a little bit further. So if you oversleep, if you make mistakes, how you can fix it. For instance, get up as soon as you can, still get outdoor light, skip naps. It gives you every recommendation that you can possibly think of to improve it and keep yourself accountable. So then you have weekly check-in options. How many days did I wake at 5 a.m. on time? How many days did I get morning light within 1 hour? Because it's obviously recommending that. Did I keep caffeine before? And it's just going to ask you these things so that you can keep track of what's right and what's wrong and how to actually fix it correctly. So a few assumptions I used because I didn't give much information, it states. So basically it says your wake time is fixed, weekday requirement. Your main blockers are screens in bed, late meals, late workouts, and no morning light, and late caffeine. You did not mention snoring, gasping, restless legs, or nightmares. Since you mentioned anxiety in general, if anxiety is hitting hard at night, getting worse, or causing panic, it would be smart to talk with a doctor or mental health professional. So it just gives us recommendations, and then at that point we can go ahead and follow up with what we're dealing with at this current point and ask it and, see if there's anything else we should try to change after we do our weekly check-ins with it. So as you see here, these are the check-ins that you'd want to come back and check on and elaborate and tell it. And you can even do this on a day-to-day basis. You can basically follow up on every single day and say, I went to bed at 8:30 tonight, or I went to bed at 11 and I woke up at 7, or you know what I mean. It doesn't make a difference. Following up with it will at least keep it more consistent, but this is that simple. You simply copy the prompt, which is in the description of this video, paste it, answer the intake questions, and then it'll create a perfect plan for you to help you deal with your sleep schedule issues or to help you create a new sleep schedule in general. And like I said, it would essentially just be like your little tutor or little coach to keep you accountable. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.